dig as deep as we can onto the target. And here's the disclosure page. And what's not in scope, coding ninjas blog is not in scope unless and until there's a critical vulnerability, denial of service, self access, SPF demark, exif information on images, brute force attacks, and reports a lack of rate limiting on certain APIs, right? So rate limiting is out of scope. And internal development services, content spoofing, or HTML email injection is out of scope unless demonstrates a significant risk. Over here, what's in scope? The Coding Ninjas website, the Coding Ninjas Android app, the iOS, and a lot other things. So we would begin with this particular website, the Coding Ninjas. I preferably believe there should be a sign up functionality too on this particular thing, because there's okay, log in here or enter the mail. So I would start the hunting with my primary mail. As soon as I enter my mail, this is the mail, and I take this request to repeater, response to this request. It says disabled false, updated false, success true. So basically it was checking that it's a unique mail or not. Instead of full name, you always know that what exactly we would be entering. uh, the HTML email injection payload, though it's out of scope, but we should try it. A full name must be 3 to 30 characters, so there's a character limit. So we would try this particular thing if it falls in the character limit. Now, okay, it's not allowing all these things, like the input is properly sanitized for now. So let's not try things over here. And here it says enter the OTP, so most probably I might have gotten an OTP. So here's the OTP, which is 220701. So one thing I need to check is that whether there is rate limiting implemented on this or not. How we check that is, I click over here. Over here, it says name, phone number, country code, passcode over here. So if I take this request to intruder, I want to see that if I can brute force this OTP or not. Add, and I know the right OTP. So numbers. If the right OTP is 701, I would start from 670 till 720. That would be enough to show if there would be any rate limiting implemented, it would trigger it. So I can see one code with different status length. Otherwise, the status lengths are somewhat same. You can see the right OTP was 106 2671, but there is proper rate limiting implemented, and it says try again after 9 minutes. So that means these things are properly implemented. What if I click on resend OTP? Does it send me an OTP again? Okay, so they placed a restriction for 9 minutes. What I am trying to see is how they are identifying me based upon this cookie or based upon my user host agent. I need to understand that, or due to my mail, due to my IP address. What I would try is I would go to history, clear recent history, and yeah, last hour. I deleted all the history. Now I want to see something. that how exactly it behaves now. If I write over here Arman Sedana official @gmail.com, enter it, does it sends me a mail? I need to see that. It does send me a mail. So that means the rate limiting was based upon your ID.
Okay.
So over here we have the OTP. Now I would try to see response manipulation. I entered the right OTP in here. Click on login. This would be the request which is responsible. Response to this request. One more thing, I would try to tamper the name over here. Sometime there is front end security, but there is no back end security. So it accepted my name, right? Uh,
Yes, Salman.
and points, it says 0. What if I change the points to 100? What other things I can do is my mail, phone number, we didn't fill the country ID, rules, and there's a lot of things. Let's let it go for now. One thing I wanted to see is that how it. So the first bug which I possibly recognized over here is uh, that it's not properly implemented. How I came to that conclusion is, let me tell you. For example, we there's no settings page over here. I can't edit my profile. Over here there is a ninja assistant. I write on others. Please enter your country. I am trying to upload an image, and this image would be an XSS image. If I try to open it in new tab, it's internally hosted, so we can escalate a lot of things from here. How we do that is this PC, then advanced SVG XSS SVG file. It says this file is not supported. Fine. Let me see what requests passes on when I upload this file. Okay, no request is passing over here. No, it's third party. It's gupshup.io. It's a third party thing. So we can't test much on this as it's a third party. One thing I can do is try to upload a lota pixel file over here. Lota pixel. One second. Lotapixel.jpg. It's for the denial of service attack that this picture would keep on loading until the web server crashes. See, it's loading, but it didn't crash the website somehow. So it's safe. Uh, we can try uploading a PHP file, PHP reverse shell, if it allows. Most probably, it should not allow that. It's not allowing, then we can try uploading a XSS PDF file if it allows. It's allowing, and we got a PDF, like we got a XSS now. And
Yes, sir.
so this is a bug for sure, because if I open it in any browser, let's say I open it over here, it would pop the XSS, and it's their server. So for sure we can get things, but I have a little doubt over here. What if I try to manipulate this file a bit? What I meant by that is, I can report as it is, it won't make a difference. So let me report it first. The security mail is over here.
Yeah, Arman, it's PDF access is via like metadata modifying via metadata of PDF.
Yeah, we can say that the contents of the PDF.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me find a report similar to this. See, they are telling the same things like you can do stored PDF. I'm finding if there is a way to fetch document.cookie. Okay, let's write our own report. There is no streamlined report. Steps. Over here we would give the file link of the PDF which we already have, so that it's easy for them to triage the issue, because they can open that and it would show a pop-up on their server as well. It's good if you can give the XSS PDF file along with this, so it's easy for them to triage the issue. Okay, it won't allow me to send this file as such.
So in that case, we can zip the file, right?
You can upload it in a Google Drive and
Okay.
then send it. Simple. Sometimes Google Drives also delete these kinds of files, because some PDFs do work, some do not work. So I have this PDF which always works most of the times. So we reported one bug. Moving back to the normal things. Uh, there's an email confirmation for sure, but I need to test more things on here. What if I enter the mail? Arman Sedana, official at gmail.com. It asks for an OTP again. Okay, so they have a active ticket receiving system. That's good. That clearly means payload. You, I would share you the PDF link. No, don't worry. Ravi. Over here, if I enter this OTP, does it shows my name somewhere? No, it doesn't show my name. Over to the next things, I enter the OTP over here, click on login. It says email, phone number, passcode, and I exactly need to see the response to this request. In the response, I have this and nothing else. I can't edit anything, so let's look out for other things. One thing comes up to my mind. I would let you know what's exactly running up to my head. That, for example, we came to know that there is no uh, backend security. In this case, what if we receive an OTP from here? So I entered the OTP over here. Now, what exactly I would do is I would manipulate the contents in here. I would write image src like this because there is no front end, the back end authentication running in this case. Now, in this case, it recognized that I am doing some sort of malicious stuff because I entered a HTML email injection payload. So the security was there for sure. Give me a second. So what exactly we would be trying is now we would be trying to reach things with Google, that how exactly it behaves in this scenario. I'm just analyzing things. Give me a second. उसके बाद once I click in here, it would begin the Google authentication process. I'm waiting for a request which belongs to Coding Ninja so that I can see how this request is going ahead. See over here, it contains a state token. If I copy URL from here, then there is a marketing token, and here's a JWT token. Now, if I show you, let's say I am opening Firefox, like, one second. So this is the JW token which is responsible for the authentication. If I take this to jwt.io, let's see what results we would yield. It contains my mail and some other things. We can't play with this hash because it would make the token voidable because it's generated by Google, obvious. If I let it go, I would wait for one another request if it would be vulnerable. Where this is a post request, copy URL. Okay, it's not working. And they log a particular user in repeater. Like considerably go through every request you are seeing because it might help you in finding more critical bugs than these things. So never hurry in this case. Okay, so if this is the particular class, for example, I can see data about some users, but this data, I need to see if I can get data using user ID only. Okay, what if I try to fetch things over here? Let's say I am trying to fetch user. Okay, it's not working. What other things for to see now what information we can fetch out of these things? We need to go very deep into these requests to understand exactly what things we can fetch. Like over here, if says it says login status, so I write over here users login status. So I'm currently getting the login status of me. What if I try to change this ID a bit? Now in such flow now you won't understand what exactly is happening and why that's so, because we exactly don't know what we are trying to fetch. For example, what I'm trying to say is we need to find an endpoint which holds some value for us. So we need to stay in here and see what we can do. What else we can do on this particular thing? Now over here I want to see that whether I can really fetch the details or it's showing the same details for everyone. So for that what I'm going to do is I know that my ID is this. There might be high chance that there are another users as well. So I would see from 111111, or maybe you can do 6767 000. So if I get details differently, like the status length differs for any users, I would get to know that yeah, I am able to perform idor. But in this case, that's not, because the status length is same. There is no difference between any status length. That means it's a false positive. Next thing, if we click on the inspect element, we go to memory storage. I need to see if there is some sensitive data in here, but there is no sensitive data as such over here. Then which is the session token? We need to see that. If this, they say this is the session token, if we delete this, does this session goes off? No, it doesn't go off. If we delete this, does the session go off? No. That means all these things are not the session token. So we need to see which of this thing could be the session token. Ninja's new marketing token. Let's see, we delete this. Do the session goes off? No. So let's leave this for a while and let's jump in here to classrooms thing. If I go to my account, app profile your account. Okay. It says to ask a lot of things, and if I click on reset password, they have authorization token. Okay. Response to this request. In the response it says email over here, reset password instructions sent. Fine. Let's see. It says, hi, welcome to the world of coding. You have created your account with this. Click here. Okay. Let's see how the email address looks like. It is a big token. Click on it. It contains the reset password token and a few other things. So it says students coding ninjas password must be of 8 characters, but if I click a single character password, it's not picking it up. So I, let's say I change the password. It has my password over here. Response to this request. User access token over here. It says you are being redirected. But that was for students coding ninjas. I need to see that domain. Classroom coding ninjas. Okay, over here it asks for the mail. Fine. Again it asks for the OTP and things. I would give it no problem. So we are logged in over here. This time what I would be doing is I would be editing this information. Edit profile. Okay, so it only allows to edit all these things in there. Like we can't edit things. There's an option to upload resume. What if instead of this particular thing I drop XSS PDF? I got the ID, I got the URL. Now in here the URL is not visible, but over here I can see the URL is right here. What if I try to open this? The PDF, the XSS pops in, and this is for sure stored XSS because see the domain name. So we need to make a new report, but with a bit of changes. How exactly we are need to make a report as? This time now we would give this particular URL for the report to be marked as critical, and we need to change the domain name because over here classroom coding ninjas, and this link would be changed with this particular link. It's working perfectly. What else we can do over here is, as it says, we can book a resume review. I need to see what exactly this thing says. You have exhausted all your sessions. Please talk with the relationship manager. Over here there is round topic ID. What if I enter 90 over here? Does it makes a difference? I think this parameter might be of use to me. Not sure how exactly, but yeah, I think so. Mm, Let me modify it in the another way. Because wherever I see a ID parameter now, think stucks up to my mind that I should try over here. But the hysteric test says it might not be injectable. So let's not be very dependent upon it and resume our search over here. If I click on add another resume, what if instead of any resume I am entering some random things? For example, PHP over here. I'm uploading a PHP reverse shell response to this request. Most probably it should give an error. See resume not saved due to a file issue. RCE using PDF. Is there a way of getting RCE using PDF? We can do a lot of other things as well. I'm just seeing that whether I can do that or not. So this is a tool which allows me to test for SSRF. So let's download this tool first. See, it doesn't seem injectable. The previous thing which we tried, git clone. So hacking is all about exploring. Uh, the more you try, the more better hacker you are. And it wants my burp collaborator link over here. It says creating file. Okay, so it created multiple files for me, but I need to upload only one now. How it makes a difference? 1 second. Okay, so all these things are in different format. They say upload it one by one and see which payload works best on the server. Okay, so for that purpose I need to move all these files, like 1 second, to see which one works the best. To desktop, uh, test, so it's easy for me. So I put those files in here, and let's go back over here. Then we see, go to the desktop, we move to the test folder. Let's start hunting. Try to upload this file. It has the payload in here. Do intercept response to this request, forgetting the URLs of obvious, so that without URL I can't test that particular thing. Do I got a ping back here? No. So this is the whole flow. We need to check everything, because the way of injecting the code is different in everything. Number two, No, this one didn't work as well. Test 2. Yeah, the formatting is different for everything. I can clearly see that. No. Let's go for 3. Let me delete that side by side. Okay, I found a very interesting request over here which contains a ID over here. The ID is 27416, right? 27416. The next ID should be 27415, right? So what exactly I would do, I would create a CSRF POC like this, test in browser, and I am dropping this request. Drop. Let me see. This one would not be deleted. But what if I drop this CSRF in here? Does it works? Resume deleted successfully. Let me load. Oh yes, we spotted a CSRF. But one thing that comes up to my mind again is, can we delete the PDFs which don't belong to us? Let's say 23410. It says PDF deleted successfully. Now there is only one way to check this particular thing. What's that way? I would tell you. We would create another account. If by any damn chance this works, it's gonna be huge. It's really gonna be huge. What I would do to see if this particular thing works or not, I would upload a resume. Uh, let's say I'm uploading my own resume. So most probably, uh, this resume would be 17 or 18. So I would write 17. It says not found because we deleted that. 18 not found. 19 not found. Now I need to see what might be the number of this resume. So for that purpose, I need to see that what exactly was the number of that resume. The ID was 73417. Got it. So if I upload it again, I need to see if it can delete that. So it would be 7147818. I can delete that. It says not found. Now this might be because it's not under our control. But yeah, CSRF is obvious there. But from this particular request, we can do another things as well. What I meant by that is, let's pause our another analysis for a short time. For example, we are testing on this SQL map minus r and this particular thing. No, no, yes, yes. So it says it might not be injectable. Well, let's see. If it says it's not injectable, most probably it won't be injectable. Okay. But we saw that a successful CSRF is definitely possible in here. So we can make a video POC. One thing another comes up to my mind. I would let you know what exactly I'm saying. So there's an option request. What if I open this API for this particular thing first? I opened it, then I am trying to delete this thing. It still says not found. Okay. This might be because these cookies, because we have these cookies in here. Not found. So let's quickly make a POC for CSRF, and then we can send that. I need to see if I can make a POC which allows the deletion of every particular thing. Like it should delete everything, every resume. So only one resume is left. That's strange. Give me a second. So we were testing on three. So let's test that side by side so that we clear our analysis on that too for the SSRF. So there could be a lot of things we can discover on this, and we are just testing the first web application. So 3 is not working as well. Let's move to 4. 4 is also not working. Let's skip to 5. This is whole another code. So I guess they had created a mutations of codes so that to see which one works. Test case URI, does it creates? No. Next thing, 6. So it's taking a time to load. This seems suspicious to me. Over here it says it's opening fine, but in here it's taking some time to load. No, the 6 didn't work as well. The 7. So in this particular class you learned a lot. I am even learning a lot. What could be the potential ways we can infiltrate systems? uh, because SSRF could be uh, escalated to a lot severity. 7, 8, only 3, 4 are left. So this is 8. It's not getting any response from here. Let's try the another one left as well. 9. 10. It's somewhat different, but no ping back on the server. The last one, it has more content as compared to the others. Let's see what it can do. So none of these things worked. So the next thing which we were looking at the very start was creating a CSRF request which can allow us to delete all these particular things at once. So I read a particular writer where if we put a star and let this forward, so it creates or deletes everything. No, it doesn't work. So I got a particular thing up my head. Just give me a minute. Let me try that. I don't know how much effective it's gonna be, but if I copy this URL from here, mm, let it do its work because it's not gonna be turning out to be injectable. I can say it's a CSRF for sure, but they're gonna say that how you are going to figure out that this particular ID belongs to that particular user. That would be the case out here. So no severity would be proven.
So here instead of giving star, uh, if we give the range in payloads and if we attack via like
Mm.
intruder.
No, no, no.
So
Uh, See, idor is not possible over here. Okay, which we
okay,
already
okay,
tried. So if you are saying let me give a range from 20 to 1 second, if I'm giving a range from, let's say, this, so the range thing doesn't work over here. 3 4 2 5. See, not found.
okay.
So the range thing doesn't work uh, out here. So that's not gonna work. And the second thing is they wanna say that if okay, it's CSRF, we get that, but how you figure out that this particular a resume ID belong to this particular user? Then only it's a combination of both, na. So it's not going to be of good severity.
Okay.
So we would test some other things. 1 second. I'm just seeing a few things. Okay, so if we try to open this particular thing, we get like this. Okay, I clearly understand that. And what if I try to delete? Now I want to play with this particular thing a bit. What I meant by that is, for example, drop this request, get profile, resume. It says not found, not found. So yeah, it's not a beneficial parameter for us. Only PDF files are uploaded, so we need to find another way. SSRF via PDF upload, or XXC maybe. XXC is good work. So all these things are related to file uploads. They say you can use these things to load anything. Hmm. So from here, there's nothing I could understand that we could possibly do. So yeah, so let's move on to the other functionalities and see what's in there. And by the time, let me delete this folder. Delete and yep. Notification preferences, my orders, my wallet, recent sessions. If I click on one thing came up to my mind is inspect storage. It doesn't has a JWT token. They're using some another mechanism, I guess, for what we say authentication. And yeah, we would continue tomorrow with the same site because we are digging in very deep into this particular thing. We might manage to get a lot of bugs. uh, Thanks, Ravi, for your time, and take care. By the time we might get response for the bugs that we submitted